Hello and welcome back to Coco's Book Nook. I am Courtney and today we are going to be talking about my favorites of 2024. So this year was my year. I had so much fun with so many books, but as of right now, it's like December 1st. So I'm not quite done with the year yet, but I am sitting at like 120 books right now, and we still have a month to go, and my goal is 140 books, so hopefully I can get those 15 to 20 more books read, but I've had so much fun this year. I've had a lot of favorites. My top 11, I've narrowed it down to 11 out of those 115-ish books so far. So to start us off with, we're going to talk about Pitch Dark by A.M. Wilson and Alex Grayson. I read this one earlier this year, and this is a TikTok buy. Like, this one I bought off TikTok. I cried so hard in this book. This one has a lot of trigger warnings before you even get into it, before you even look it up. There's huge trigger warnings. It's very graphic. I loved it. Like, it was one of those that actually made me emotional, and it was definitely one of those. So this guy becomes a detective, something like that, and this girl disappears. His best friend disappears 15-ish years ago, and he's been trying to find her. He doesn't think she's dead. They're like, oh, she just ran away, blah, blah, blah. He doesn't believe it. And then all of a sudden this dead girl shows up who has the same birthmark and everything, and he's trying to like go through the motions and everything. And then this other girl is found walking in the streets, and he takes her in, and yeah, like it's a wild ride. He's trying to find this girl's abuser, and she won't talk. She doesn't feel safe. I mean, she's been in captivity for 15 years, and it's just talking about her journey, his journey, and a whole bunch of other stuff. You see, there's tabs. It was one of those. It was an emotional book. But if you like emotional books and you don't mind the graphic details about the abuse and everything, pick it up. I absolutely love this book. Next up, we have Lethal Vows by T.L. Smith. This one was a ride. It was a ride. I believe it's dark romance. Yep. She moves to America to get away from her dad's everything in Italy. He's kind of a mob boss. And he signed her over to this other family. They have a deal that in every generation, their families marry. And so she is betrothed to this other kid, and she doesn't want to be. So she goes to live with her mom in America to get away from her. Well, he finds her later, and it just kind of goes from there. And it was a fun, wild ride, and I actually really like this one a lot. It does have some dark elements in it, though, so beware of that, but it was fun, and I really liked it. Next up, we have Hidden Pictures by Jason Rickelock. I read this in, like, 2 days. I finished it in 2 days. Like, it was just, yeah, done, and I'm just like, okay. The ending could have been a little bit better, as far as, like, whodunit wise, but it was still one of my favorites. And then we have Phantasma by Kaylee Smith. I actually just read this last month, and I devoured it. Like, I loved this book so much, and I have a new book boyfriend because of this book. It was one of those books for me. And then we have Incidents Around the House by Josh Malerman. I devoured this book as well, and I really, really like this one. This one is the one about an 8-year-old girl who's seen Other Mommy, and Other Mommy causes a lot of problems, and it was a wild ride. It was a little repetitive, but still, I really enjoyed this book. And then we have Butcher and Blackbird by Bryn Waver. I devoured this in a weekend too. Like, it was one of those that I could not put this down. I could not put this book down, and I'm very excited to get to Leather and Lark soon. And then we have Home is Where the Bodies Are by Geneva Rose. I loved this book. I liked it. I wouldn't say like it was one of those like, oh my god, I love this book, read it. It was one of the, I think I devoured it. It was good. Like, I really enjoyed this book. And there are some flaws, but I kept going with this one. Like, it was one of those that I just could not put this book down. And then we have the Mindfuck series by S.C. Abbey. Why did I wait to read this? Like, I'm currently in a Criminal Minds binge because of this book. Like, I love this, but this is probably my #1 favorite of the year, to be honest with you. And then we have The Priory of the Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon. Yes, again, why did I wait? I don't know. I love this book. Like, I loved it. I couldn't stop listening to it and, like, physically reading it at all. Like, I just love this book. But those are my 11 books. And, yeah, that is what I loved from this year of reading. I had a really amazing reading year, and please drop your favorites in the comments below so I can read them and I can love them with you. And if you loved any of these books as well, let me know, because I like to talk about books. Of course, you guys are here watching me talk about books. So, yeah, that's really all I have for you guys tonight. So, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.